I'm late. And I'm sorry. I've just had a low kind of days, and I've been putting two and two together on the days that I feel low, not depressed. I go to my app that tells you about the I might say it wrong, the Schumann resonance or Shaman resonance, whichever. When it spikes and it's all thick and yellow, those are the days that I'm low. And I assume that means I'm ascending again. I'm not sure. When I ascend, I get low. I want to say depressed feeling, but I haven't been depressed since 2020. I don't remember how it feels. I just know I feel sluggish. I don't want to do anything. I feel tired. I feel dumpy. And I apologize. And I really didn't have anything else to say. I used my little bitty list up on my phone of videos to make. I've been thinking what to do. So now I'm feeling a little bit better. Yesterday, I only had 2 hours sleep, and I came straight home, took a shower, ate, went to bed. Today, I woke up groggy. Well, not groggy. I was really tired. I thought, I do have something. I forgot. Last week, I had a visit on the day of my visit. And yes, again, it was a multi-dimensional being. And I know we are all multi-dimensional, but I'll just say it was extraterrestrial. I don't really like calling them aliens. I don't know why. It's like, to some women, it's like calling us ma'am. Some of us don't like it because it makes us feel old. It's kind of like a downplay of who you are. I went to sleep one night. Let me back up. Before I went to sleep one night, I'm laying in bed, and I'm not really that tired. My pills had kicked in, and I'm kind of looking at the wall in front of me, and I was on my right side. And I'm just laying there, and I'm kind of thinking of stuff and don't remember what stuff I was thinking about. And then I just happened to pay attention. Oh, whoa, they're here. And I'm assuming they were hearing my thoughts, and they can hear your thoughts. But I saw what looked like, sometimes it looks like black, tiny spider webs all over the wall, and it's everywhere. That is one of many indications that they're there. And I'm looking around, I didn't really see much except that, and then next thing I knew, I cannot remember if I shut my eyes or not, but I remember it was just like that. I had a very strong, overwhelmingly strong moment of panic. And I don't know what that was about. And I don't remember what I was thinking. I had a feeling that I was alone, or going to be alone. Maybe that everybody was going to pass over, and I'm in my family and I'm alone. I think that's similar to what it was, and where that thought came from, I don't know. I just felt air shoot across my face. That was so weird. And I'm here alone. So anyway, back on topic. And I remember in my head thinking, why am I freaking out? Oh my God, what is this about? And then I was calling to my star family. I was like, can you please help me through this? What is this? Why am I freaking out? And then I think that was when my eyes shut. And maybe they put me to sleep. Probably, because they could do that, and they do that. But then I went to sleep. And the funniest thing was, something else woke me up, as they always do. And this was different. There was this big pink, soft pink, kind of like a powdery pastel pink, beach ball size orb kind of on my bed right next to me. Now, when I sleep on one side of the bed, I don't sleep in the middle. I sleep on the side. And when I do, and when I roll over, I tend to sleep so close to the edge I could drop my arm down. And this orb was on the bed. And when I opened my eyes, there it was. And I wasn't scared. I was, what do you call it? I wasn't scared. I was shocked. I was like, oh, what's that kind of thing? Because it was like right there. And it slowly goes down off the bed, and then it kind of rolls across the floor. And I just remembered something else talking about it. And I know it rolled across the floor because it was at least 3 feet from me when I looked over and watched it. And then up from the orb came what looked like a man. Now it was all, the being was all smoky, but you could see the form. And it looked like he had long hair and maybe a beard, I'm not sure. It looked like he had his arms crossed, you know, like, kind of thing. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh, wow, that's amazing. And then he starts going away. And I'm like, oh, okay, I hate it when they leave. Or it looked like he left. So I said, thank you. And then a white TV static. Now, when I say this, it looks like a faint TV static in a form, but it's not like real heavy. It's real light, but you can still make out a form. And I can see a head coming up right in front of me on the side of the bed. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh wow. So I'm looking around the room, and it wasn't the black splotches anymore. It was filled with the white TV static. My room was packed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the world? So being beside the bed, I held my hand out, and I want to say maybe I saw it reach for my hand. I'm not sure. But I felt like it didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I was overwhelmed with the excitement that my room was full of beings. And as I'm kind of looking around, I'm seeing movement, and I still don't see, a solid form. The only time I see a solid form, well, no, I take that back. I was going to say is the humans. There's been a couple times I saw a solid form of an extraterrestrial when they were working on my foot. But back on track. So I'm excited, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at all of this. And the other thing that I remembered when I was talking about it, that I was going to say, well, that's the end of that. I think I closed my eyes and went to sleep. But the other thing was, I heard something, a noise, of course, or felt a thump. I don't know, but something woke me up. I think it was the same night. I just remembered it happened. And I'm like, what was that? And I'm looking around, for the hue, the geometric shapes, which I hadn't seen in a while, or the little spider webs, something to indicate that they were there, the haze, whatever. And I didn't see anything, so I looked on the side of the bed and the floor, because my thought is, what if that was, my bed's pretty high. What if that was the 3 or 4 foot gray? Because one did pop in my room and wave, and he was probably the same height as my bed. So I rolled over, I think, and looked around the floor, and nothing was there. If they were invisible, and which they can be. So that was that visit, and it was amazing. Another beach ball. It was pretty cool, and pink at that. Pink's my favorite color. And I wonder, now that I said that, I wonder if they presented themselves as pink because they knew that that's my favorite color. That's interesting. But I've been down lately. When I'm down, I tend to think, and I don't know why, because I've been seeing them for 2 years now. I always tend to think, what if I'm losing my mind? What if I'm crazy and none of this is happening? But it's not true, because even before my pills kick in, I see them too. And, well, that has nothing to do with being crazy. I think if I was crazy, I would imagine bigger and wilder things, I guess. I don't know. I tend to think that way. I think bad of myself. And I think my guides know this too. When I think bad of myself, I just feel like, I'm 53 and I don't have a life and I'm nothing. And I don't know why I think of that. I really don't. And maybe that's a habit that I have when I used to be depressed, because I always did put myself down. And now that I've had my awakening, I know better. But when I'm ascending, which is quite often, it's so often, I tend to do that. It's like a bad habit again. I ascend so often here lately that, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm like, bring it on, because that just makes me higher and higher. And higher in vibration is what I'm getting at. And more knowledge comes to me. because I still get information from where I don't know, but I know the information I get is accurate and true. I think that some of this was channeled because I just looked at the time on my phone and didn't realize I have been doing this video for almost 12 minutes. And I know when I channel sometimes, time tends to expand. Or maybe they were helping me remember my visit. I'm not sure. I don't know. I wouldn't know what part of that was channeled. I'm going to end this here. And as I always say, I will keep trying to be consistent, but it's really hard when you have nothing to talk about. I'm not like a normal YouTuber to walk around my house and saying, oh yeah, I did this today and I did that today. Watch me cook and I'm going to clean house. I'm not one of those. Maybe I need to start being one of those. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. But I feel like I just have a boring life and the only thing that I have interesting to say are my visits. So I guess I'll work on it. I'll try to see what I can make interesting for you to watch. Like and subscribe, please. And yeah, I see a lot of you watch my videos, a lot, and not all of you subscribe. And know that it helps me quite a bit when you subscribe. And it lets me know that people are interested in what I have to say also. I want to spread awareness that extraterrestrials are kind and loving and healing and they want to help people. So that would help me get my videos out. So I hope you're doing well and I'm sending you love, light, and peace. Bye.